Hello, welcome back. Last section of the 12D notes on geometric series brought to you by your president. All right, last example. Example 8, page 406. A geometric sequence has u sub 2 equals negative 6 and u sub 5 equals 162. Find its general term. So what this means is the second term is negative 6 and the fifth term is 162. So again, I'm just going to draw out a little table here. So we got n, and then we got u sub n. First term, second term, we need to go all the way up to the fifth term. Third, fourth, and fifth. So first, we don't know the first term, but we do know that the second term is negative 6. We don't know the third or the fourth, but we do know that the fifth is 162. Okay? So what we really need to do to find its general term, if you'll remember, for the general term we have u sub n equals, let me remember, u sub 1 times r to the n minus 1. That's our general term formula. Okay? So what we really need, we need the first term. We're going to definitely need this here, and then we also need the rate at what we're multiplying by. Okay, so we need the first term and we need the rate. Okay, so let's see. Let's find the rate. We know we're taking negative 6 and we're multiplying it 1, 2, 3 times to get up to 162. So we know that the rate, again, if we take negative 6 and we multiply it by our multiplier 3 times. So if you multiply by the rate 3 different times, it's not 3r, but r to the third power, right? Because you're multiplying by r here, and r here. R times r times r is r cubed, right? And we know that we take negative 6 and we multiply it by r cubed, we're going to get 162. Okay, so now all we need to do is solve for r. So we got negative 6 times r cubed. We want to get r by itself, so we divide by negative 6. R cubed is, let's see, so we take 162 and we're going to divide it by negative 6, and we get negative 27. Okay, so now to get rid of that cube, I don't know why your president has his mouth wide open, but that's all right. To get rid of the cubed, we got to take the cube root, right? Because the cube and the cube root will reduce down and just leave us with r. Knock it off, Obama. And then over here, we've got a cube this side too. Knock it off. All right. I'm just going to ignore that. So cube root of negative 27. So what times what times what gives us negative 27? Hopefully you can figure out that that is a negative 3. If not, you can always find it on your calculator too. And on the graphing calculator here, you do math, and you want to, here's your cube root. And if you want to do something bigger than a cube root, you can do this x root. But since we just have this cube root, let's do 4. The button 4. So we're going to take the cube root of negative 27, and shabam, there's negative 3. All right. So there's our rate, negative 3. So let's do this. We get negative 3 times n minus 1 here. So all we need to do now is figure out what the first term is. Now, we know that to get up to the next number, we have to multiply by r. So to get back a number, to get back to a previous term, we have to, instead of multiply, we got to divide by r. So what we'll do here is we'll take negative 6 and divide by r, which is really negative 6 divided by negative 3, which gives us 2. So we now know that this first term here is 2. So we put a 2 in for that, and now we have u sub n equals 2 times negative 3 to the n minus first power. Now again, remember, here's where we have to look for common powers. Okay, so this is a power of 2, this is a power of 3, so these are not common powers at all here, so we can just leave it. So that is going to end up being our answer. Okay, so that's the general term. All right. So that's all there is. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me or your president. Thank you very much.